Gunpla to you. Greetings, good evening. Hello, my fambies. How are we doing? Oh, Scrimble, you already want to come on? You gonna say hi to everyone on camera today? Scrimble cameo. Are you wondering what I'm doing? Are you gonna build? You wanna put the shoulders? You wanna put the shoulder pads on? Hello everyone, how are we this evening? Hang on, let me go hit the Scrimble timer on that. Where are you, Scrimble? There you are. There we go. Has there really been 16 Scrimble interrupts already? That's crazy. Oh man. Hello. Cloud Force, hey. Good to see everyone. Hope everyone's doing well. Living for the Scrimble cameos. Real. That's so real. Oh my gosh, how is everyone this evening? She wants pets all of a sudden, right as I start stream, of course, even though I snuggled her plenty before the stream. Missy. Az, congrats on the gold chip SSR. I'm assuming you got the stamina SSR with the Game Awards ticket for Uma Musume. Listen, I know we talked about the Game Awards last night. All I'm gonna say is, if you're gonna be presenting at an award show and you're gonna be hosting and presenting, I feel like the bare minimum I would strive for is making sure I know how to pronounce every nominee in the category I'm presenting. But maybe that's just me. It's fine. It's fine. I got the Saiyan Sky Stamina. I'm happy with that. I didn't have that card. How did your Unity Cup runs go, Ez? I hope they went well. I'm doomed. I knew I had a half-decent gold ship. She put me straight. Yeah, breakaway battleship. She put me in Group A, which means I'm going to get creamed. Because I'm not hitting max stats. I'm not gonna get to the finals again. And it's gonna suck. Is it your ear? Do you need ear scritches? Scrimble. For those who don't know, because I do... Hey, I'm hosting. I'm so glad. Did I mention that I'm totally BFFs with Kojima? Also, the Muppets are here? Okay, Scrimblow. Bad news. I have very bad news for you. I have to put you down so I can work on Maxter. I know. You look very comfortable. You look like you're settling down very nicely. Oh, I can feel you getting heavy. Okay. She's totally down to just stay here in my arms and my lap, but I kind of need my arms. I can't hold you and build a robot at the same time, Scrimblow. I'm so sorry. You gonna be okay if I put you back down? I'll pick you up and pet you some more during the ad break, okay? Oh, your Sway Hard carried? Oh. Wow. Oh, 4 wins. That's great, though. Yeah, I knew... The thing is I know the Umas I trained for this, like, they could be way better. I wasn't expected to get into Group A. So, these are the only wins I'm going to get during Libra Cup. Unless I can train something better somehow. Oh, does that feel good? Does that feel good? She's being very cute and really, really trying to get all the ear scritches she can. before I put her down. John, hi. Are you liking those ear scritches, Scrimblow? Yeah, I bet you are. Scrimblow, you gonna say hi to John? John just got here. There we go. Ay, 고맹이. 우리 꼬마야. 우리 동생이야. 우리 만족한 동생. You content? I'm gonna put you back down in your bed now. Okay. Go back and lie down. Go ahead and lie down, alright? I'll put you some more during the ad break, promise. As soon as I came out of ad break, she immediately got up and was like, Annie, I need you to pay attention to me. I was like, girl, are you serious? Yeah, like, I've made it to Group A before, and it's the same problem I have with team trials where I know I can pump high. Yeah, it's the same issue I have in team trials where, like, I'm good enough to kind of, like, get into Tier 6/Group A, but I know I'm not good enough to compete in that group, so I'm kind of like, I don't belong here yet. What am I gonna do now? Anyways, hi. Tonight's more Maxter. Our goal tonight is going to be the arms. So my goal is to aim for both arms and then the core lander. And then my goal will be one more stream to do the legs and the accessory parts. Depending on how the arms and core lander go tonight, I might get started on some of the accessories, because usually the legs on HGs are fairly straightforward. So I'm hoping they won't give me too much trouble when I get to those. But yeah, we got our guy. We got our shoulder pads that I've cured over the past week. They're looking good. We can have the tits out. We got the music going. It's Friday night. The Game Awards sure were a watch. On the one hand, I have some friends who are really into Divinity, and I'm glad that they're getting a new Divinity. But also, when I was watching that trailer, I just kept thinking, like, this was approved to air? This is a lot that they're showing. Oh my god. Like, there was just so much. Maxter and the Chivity Whip, yeah. So we need the E-Runner first. Okay. E-time. E. Like, the trailer looked good, but it was also like, oh, they're showing that. Oh, they're showing that too. Oh, they were allowed to show that? Oh, they're showing that. Oh, that's still good. Oh, okay. And at one point I was like, I might have to just look away for the rest of this trailer because it's kind of escalating. Oh my goodness, it sure was a trailer. Anyways, time to get started. Thanks for the clip, John. That might actually be a decent clip to get edited. I gotta go back through some of my old VODs and check out some stuff to see what's worth clipping and highlighting. I'm trying to be better about clips and highlights, just because those are supposed to be really good for discoverability. I also need to get working. Oh, wait, did I save that thing to my computer? Can I give you guys another sneak peek tonight? I did save it, right? Right? I'm not dumb? Did I not? Okay. No, we're good. I do still have it. I would just have to do something goofy. Hang on. Give me one sec. Paste that here. And then have that open in the background. Next, we need the B run there. Okay, let's keep cutting out parts. So this, first we're gonna need all the E's and then the B's. Is that the right file? It was the right file. Okay. Okay. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Well, that's easy enough. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Can't go wrong with that. You know what? I'm kind of surprised that I haven't needed to replace my nippers by now. I should probably see if my dad has anything I can use to, like, just sharpen them, like rehone the edges. But considering I've had these since for about 3 to 4 years, it is kind of surprising that I haven't. Wait, that's 6. I don't need 6. Oh, I cut out the wrong one. No, I don't need 6. I need 1, 2. Oh, I miscounted where 3 was. I misread numbers. Technically, what I'm thinking about showing you guys is something that should go in the sneak peek channel. There we go. Oh, did I not cut that part? I did not. But it's not like you guys don't know the cover's happening. You know what I mean? It's not like you guys don't know it's happening. Most of you were there when it happened. There probably is, and it's probably similar to how you would just sharpen knives or something, like maybe a fine grindstone or something. Because if there's anyone that I know immediately in my immediate circle who's gonna know anything about sharpening tools, it is going to be my dad. I hope. He has a massive toolbox out in the garage. I would hope he knows something about maintaining them. Lord only knows the man's been collecting tools longer than I've been alive. So, yeah, but I imagine he probably has something that I could use to... There probably is a specialized tool that hobbyists can get, but it's kind of like, before I look into that, if my dad has a tool on hand that I can use, for free, that is accessible, that it's kind of like, I might as well make use of my dad's tool hoard. Lord only knows. My mom would appreciate us using what's in the house already. Wait, do I have that other image? Did I hang on to that image? I think I did. Because basically, I wasn't planning anything. Oh, I do still have it. Too fancy for the MV illustration. Oh, I can't just update that. Born with tools, raised by them, didn't know what a toolbox was until he was a man. But yeah, I was basically trying to figure out what I was going to do for the MV illustration. And then I found this image. So it's kind of where I took some inspo from. Let me see. Not finding a special tool, just people recommend sharp. Yeah, because that's what I'm thinking, is that he probably has like a small sharpening stone somewhere that I'll probably be able to use that can do the thing. But I am pretty excited. The MV illustration is done, at least. Once this thing finishes processing. They didn't... Honestly, it's more that, like... I don't know if they're supposed to need sharpening, but it's also more like I've technically had my pair for at least 4 years at this point, and it would probably make sense to at least like tune them up. You know what I mean? Because any good knife, any decent like edge on any kind of cutting tool, whether it's a knife or anything else, I did hear that. It's a double feature with an Iron-Blooded Orphans movie, right? I think that's what I remember seeing on Twitter. But the thing is any tool, especially one with a blade, no matter what, especially if you're using it continuously, the edge will dull over time. So at some point, you do have to consider, you know, oh, I should probably tune it, you know? Do some maintenance on my tools. I know some people have straight up had their god hands like break and snap on them. I've been very fortunate with mine holding steady. But it's also the kind of thing where it's like, you know, it probably wouldn't hurt to, you know, tune the blades a bit just to keep them in good shape. Here's what I need. It's kind of like how like every now and then you got to clean out your glass file. Stuff like that, you know. Just good to tune things up every now and then. Had yours, yeah. Because like I'm not sure what the average lifespan of a god hand is supposed to be. But I presume if you take decent care of it, it'll last you a while. I mean, it just kind of... and it's not even because I'm having issues with it cutting. It just kind of occurred to me randomly today, just now, that I've had it for a while. So, you know, it's just one of those thoughts that happens. Did that finish exporting? Yeah, I don't have the instrumental yet, so I can't send it off for mixing and timing and tuning yet. But do I feel like giving you guys a sneak peek on this? Maybe. Oh, good, that did. Okay. Oh, I need to shrink that. Oh, that's so big. The resolution's bigger than I thought it was gonna be. Oh, you need to shrink. Shrink, image, shrink. Now shrink, image, shrink. Hey, oh my god, why is it scaled like that? Holy crap. There we go. There we go. That's gonna be a doable. So, hello, Sam. Good to see you. So keep in mind the Verlina art I showed, and that was basically what I used as a reference and the inspo for this image. So this is gonna be the illustration for the MV. Quite cute. I'm pretty happy with it. Goal is to... Oh my god, don't, John. No, I'm gonna be so embarrassed. I mean, there's nothing stopping you, but... There's nothing stopping you, but... Yeah. Yay, dinner! What's for dinner? I would like to know what's for dinner, please. So yeah, I'm pretty cheesed that, you know, that's coming along. Definitely not gonna make it in time for Christmas, but you know, the point is I've been thinking about trying to make, the nice thing is like, I've had doing another cover on my mind for so long, ever since I did that first one. Yes. Yeah. It'll probably be sometime in January, maybe. So it's like, close enough considering like we just kind of, it ended up being a kind of spontaneous decision because of Deltarune. But at the same time, I'm not upset because who wants steak? I'll tell you, wait, before I say that, how's the steak cooked? This is important. How is the steak cooked? Inquiring minds need to know them. Rice barbecue, but ooh, char-siu. Oh, that does sound pretty good. Actually, I found an Ichiran ramen kit at the store the other day, and I'd heard about it. Like, it's not supposed to be like the most amazing ramen on the earth, but it's supposed to be like pretty decent. And I got it, and the broth is actually pretty good, especially because like most medium oh, with sauce. Interesting. Interesting. You guys prefer medium. Medium rare. Okay, yeah, I ate medium rare when I was growing up. All right, fair, fair. Okay. The good news is no one said well done. The good news is that no one said well done. Medium and medium rare, respectable. I'm a crazy person. I'm a bear, so I like to eat my steak rare. That rhymed. Aha! Maybe it's because my non-Asian parent feels very strongly, or like, has like pretty set meat opinions. But I grew up eating medium rare and then eventually moved on to rare. But then you grew up, yeah. I'm also the kind of person who doesn't, like, I know some people do like really like sauces on their steak. Oh, well, yeah. Yeah, well done is when I am like, okay, a sauce is justified because it's cooked so much. But I'm also one of those odd people who like, I don't mind if someone uses like a seasoning blend or a marinade, but it's kind of like, I still want to be able to taste the meat. So as long as I can still taste the meat with how you seasoned / cooked the steak, I'm good with it. If it's a well done steak, then yeah, we're gonna have to season that to make up for some stuff, but you know. It is what it is. Yeah, I'm not sure when it happened. At some point, I just stopped eating medium rare. Bloody rare. Mm-hmm. He did get a record-sized tapeworm. Oh my gosh. That's crazy. I don't want it bloody. It still needs to have like a good sear and be cooked right. I am not gonna eat something like bloody. But yeah, it doesn't. Seasoning and sauces and marinades will only help so much if you've cooked the hell out of a steak. Like, there is a point where a steak unfortunately becomes past the point of no return, and I shed a tear when that happens. Because that's just kind of like, oh, you poor thing. All right, I need gray. So we're gonna, is there anything to panel line on these? I don't know if I'm gonna panel line those spots. None of these are stickers, right? No stickers, but I do need black as well. But you're right, Piggy. Seasoning doesn't always help with texture and tenderness. Now, shish kebabs, yes, I will not fuss on a shish kebab being cooked well done. That's fair. Let's see. The point of steak becomes a shoe. Yeah. If your meat chews like leather, it's gone too far. Well, it's also because the thing with the shish kebab too is that it's not that it's well, I wouldn't call it a well done travesty. It's more that like the way a shish kebab is cooked, the emphasis is not just on the meat alone. Like it's all about the whole shish kebab. So like the meat and everything with it. Now, if it's a meat skewer, hello, Sal's, good to see you. If it's a meat skewer, depending on the size, like I'm also fine with those being kind of more on the done side. Because it's a street food, so it's a sanitary thing at that point, right? Because a lot of like meat skewers are meant to be like little snacks and whatnot, so I don't mind that either. But a shish kebab, I feel like it's not just about the meat, so I kind of don't mind it being cooked more all the way through. And the other thing too is that, ooh, that is awkward that they want their bacon hot and raw. Like, how do you make that work? But the thing with the shish kebab is that, I feel like it, like the focus is on everything. And also when you're cooking the vegetables, you inherently aren't going to be able to cook the meat past a certain point because you don't want to burn the vegetables, right? So the vegetables kind of create a safety net that kind of keeps it from being like overcooked, in my opinion. But I also don't like vegetables, so I don't really eat shish kebabs either. Actually, is there even anything to panel line on this piece? There may not be. Yeah, like, the thing is I do understand that, especially at like restaurants or street vendors and whatnot, you don't want to risk anything with food safety. Y'all heard it, dude. That's one of the first things anyone learns about me is I'm a picky eater. I can't eat vegetables, man. Oh, fat like Uncle Vernon, damn. What was the, yeah, was I gonna... Is it worth panel lining that? Probably. It's like a little blip there. There we go. We'll leave that for now. Oh yeah, I was gonna do these as well. I've never actually panel lined one of these like dark gray pieces before. It's interesting. It's gonna be interesting to see how this turns out as I completely miss the panel lines. We're gonna have to let that dry before I clean it. Now, corn on the cob I do eat. It's more like green leafy vegetables I struggle with. I used to be able to eat peas, but I can't eat those anymore either. Ah, back here. Yeah, it's goofy. Like, some stuff I can do if it's like mixed in a certain way, but most vegetables taste super bitter and unpleasant to me. So like broccoli, for example, I've tried it every way people have suggested. My body just completely rejects broccoli. I can't stand the taste. I can't stand the smell. I can't stand the texture. If I try to eat broccoli, I will throw it back up. Same thing with like pickled radish. Bean sprouts, can't stand the smell, makes me want to gag. Like, there's so many vegetables that like if I eat them, there's some I can force down. But there are some that like my body's reaction to them is to try and throw it back up. I don't know why that is. I don't know how that is. But my body is just like, no, thank you. We're not doing that. And I just have to sit there and go, I'd like to eat healthier, please. And then my stomach is just kind of like, nope, can't do that. You like potatoes. I don't know why I settled on potatoes to make the point there. Yeah, Like, there's some seafood I just can't do. And there's some words, like, it just doesn't make sense. I do like potatoes. And there's some things where it doesn't make sense either, because, like, I'll eat lump crab meat or lump lobster meat, but I can't stand doing it off the shell. I just dislike it so much. So, like, eating, like lobster tails or crabs on the shell, like, it's just a no. It has to be, like, lump meat. 'Cause I can't stand the smell of the guts. That, and I've had too many crab shells poke me in the eye, even with my glasses on. Mustard smell will kill your appetite. Mustard I can only do in the context of eating pretzels. Either that or it's honey mustard and chicken tenders. Otherwise, the only other context I can do mustard in is very specifically pretzels. Yeah. Yeah, I can't do oysters. So where I grew up, it's basically eating crabs is a big thing, especially during crabbing season. So it's very common for people to just get a bushel of crabs and, you know, they get hammers and they bust them open after they've been steamed and they eat them. So naturally, while my dad was stationed in that area, my family would get crabs. And that means they were hammering and all that stuff. And, you know, shell shrapnel occasionally in my face, in my eye. It is significantly less goofy than you would hope. All right, let's see. So we did C16. Now we need E112 and D113. Yeah. It happens. So let's see. E112. It's this piece here. Yeah, it kind of was like that. That's a good comparison. That's a good comparison for it. Gold Chip getting stuff in her eye. And I know we talked before about how I am with ketchup, which is that I can't do American ketchup. I really dislike American ketchup. Oh, I do need the A runner. My bad. Gold Chip is so funny because, like, she's a girl failure, but it lives. So I like German curry ketchup. To be honest, it probably doesn't need to be German specifically, but it's mostly where I see it used the most often is in Germany, because there's a German dish called currywurst, which is basically a sausage with like ketchup and curry powder on it. So they started making it with like ketchup and curry powder mixed in, and I like it because it's savory. It's not overly sweet. American ketchup is super sugary, and it's weird because I remember I used to eat ketchup as a kid, and then there was just one day I was like, no, this is wrong. This is not the right taste. Like, I just suddenly consciously became aware that, like, the ketchup I was getting at the school cafeteria was not correct. All right, I need A14. Yeah, that's another thing I'm kind of weird about, is that, like, there's a lot of things that, how do I explain this? I usually don't use a lot of condiments on food. Like, I'm trying to remember if there was anything I ate where Pomp was around that he can vouch for. Like, in general, a lot of foods I eat, I don't really add a lot of condiments. Like chicken nuggets, okay, yeah, I'll get something. Pretzels, okay, yeah. Currywurst, of course. If a sandwich comes with like something on it, like honey mustard or something, I'll leave it. But if I'm making like a burger at a barbecue, I'm pretty much putting like patty, cheese, maybe some bacon. It's like comparing to a Lunchables pizza to a Lunchables pizza. But yeah, so like there's a lot, like I actually didn't start eating chicken tenders with condiments until like 6 years ago, like into my late 20s. I would just get chicken nuggets, maybe some salt and pepper, and then I would just eat them. That's just how I did it. And everyone's like, how come you don't dip your chicken tenders in anything? I'm like, I don't need to. They taste good without it. I think it took into college for someone to finally be like, okay, we're fixing this now. Here's some dipping sauce, put your chicken tender in it. And then I finally started using condiments for chicken nuggets. Tiki fry fry. I am very much a salt and pepper seasoning girl, yeah. But yeah, it was just kind of like, it was just one of those things where it was just kind of like, I don't know, like it just didn't occur to me until I was like, and I don't know if this is some kind of neurodivergent thing, or I'm like giving off major red flags to a psychotherapist right now that I was like this, but there was just a lot of stuff where I was like, if I get a food, I should just be able to enjoy it as it is when I get it. Like, if I have to add more than salt and pepper, like, I don't like the taste of the food then. Like, for some reason, that was, like, the kid logic in my head. It was like, if I have to add more than salt and pepper to taste, then I do not like the taste of this food. I don't know how to explain it. Like, that was just the logic I was on. And it wasn't an issue if someone, like, cooked something and they seasoned it differently. That's fine. But, like, I don't know. There was something about once it was on the plate in front of me, there was a threshold that meant I didn't actually like the way it tasted. So why am I going to eat something if I have to alter it so much to like the taste or something like that? I really do need to get to a neuropsychiatrist. I think that's what it's called, a neuropsychiatrist. Never dip wing something. Yeah. I think you kind of get it as. It's kind of like if you have to go that far to make it good, then there's something wrong with the base food almost. Like, I understood, like, I can, like, growing up, I remember, like, I didn't have an issue with people using barbecue sauce to cook, but putting sauce on steak after it's cooked, or, like, adding more barbecue sauce to barbecue, like, I don't know, it was just kind of like, I was like, I feel like something's not right at that point. I don't know. Oh, the autofocus is trying to focus on different things that aren't my hand. What's Knack Daddy say about raising? You know what? I've never actually had Raising Cane's. It's just never been local to where I am. So I have never had Raising Cane's. Same thing with In-N-Out. I've never had In-N-Out. I have never been local to In-N-Out. Rice, choose your sauce. Yeah, like, my mom asked me why I always, because every now and then she likes to go to, like, a Benihana type steakhouse, and she asked me why I always get plain rice instead of fried rice. And I'm like, Because it's meant to supplement what I'm eating. Like, the best thing about rice is that it just kind of like lets you have an aftertaste of what you ate. Hello, Mimi. I haven't seen you in a while. It's good to see you back. Yeah. Rare? What do you mean by... Oh, well, Mimi hasn't been around for a bit, so to them this might be a rare occurrence. Lord only knows Twitch notifications haven't been consistent. I do try to build every week, though. It's good for my health to build every week. Especially now that it's almost the equinox, which is good. If I ever, yeah. Have you tried joining the Discord? We do have live notifications set up in the Discord so that you can get pinged whenever I go live. That might be, I know that's been more consistent for some folks. I've heard about that's been a thing a lot of people have been doing recently, is basically microdosing. Oh, thank you for the pats. Basically microdosing their kids to help them overcome allergies. But I also read that's part of why it's actually not a bad thing to have like pets around young children, because apparently the exposure helps people, or like helps kids with like developing stuff to avoid allergies or something like that. Like apparently it's just like not a bad thing, or like it helps avoid pet dander allergies or something if kids are exposed to animals when they're younger. Something like that. I'm trying to remember if that's what it was. I actually, and it's so weird too because, oh yeah, my backlog is making really slow progress, but I'll get there. It won't stop growing. I have had, oh my God. So when I moved, my mom, Mama Mari, oh, is it gonna be your first PG, Meme? But yeah, so when I moved, Mama Mari saw the backlog and she looked at me and was like, Mari, what is this? And I had to explain to her, like, sometimes these kits are limited releases and I can only build them so fast. And she was just kind of like, okay, try to build these before you buy more. And I'm like, there's a couple kits I do need to order though that I've been waiting years for. She's like, fine, as long as it's not too many. I have been sneaking the Endless Waltz MGs though. My parents don't know I've been buying those. I've been sneaking those into my backlog in storage. PGS Stray, is it the... It's the red frame, right? Because, the red frame's the only PG for the Estrays, right? If I'm remembering correctly. Do I have a masterpiece? My masterpiece would probably be either my finished MGX, and I need to dig out my PGU to take pictures of that. Do I still have the picture of Unicorn? I think I do. Yeah, here it is. I would consider this to be my baby. Yeah, the PGU I never took finished pics of. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean, Meme. Like, you know, if you don't get it, it's gonna be like $400 markup secondhand, and that's gonna suck. I would consider this one to be my masterpiece so far. I was really happy with it because it was my first time doing an MG. Well, not my first, my second time doing an MG. First time doing water slides. I was actually pretty happy, like especially with this picture. This is the one I always show people. I was really happy that I managed to pose this. these chest panels. You can't see where my mouse is right now. Like the chest, I can't fully transform it because I broke the chest panels, but you know, I managed to figure it out. Like there was a lot of mishaps with it, but I was able to figure out how to kind of like get around it and improvise. And I think for me, this kit is always going to have a special place in my heart, because I think it was definitely one of those builds where like I felt like I had reached a milestone of some kind as a builder. I was like, I have actually come this far that I was able to do this. So this one right now, definitely one of my favorite builds, for sure. Yeah, it was because I remember I found it randomly at a local hobby shop. I didn't know that they had been planning a reprint of it. And I was just kind of like shopping around just to find some general HGs to build and whatnot. And I saw that. And I was like, when I saw it on the shelf and I looked at it, and in my head, there was just this feeling of, if I don't buy this now, I'm going to regret it. And I don't know why I felt so strongly like that. And I just took a look at it. I looked at the price tag, crunched some numbers on my budget real quick. And, you know, I went to them and I'm like, I'll take it. And then I finally got around to building. And then I felt like nervous about building it. But I realized, I think there's a lot of things in life that are like this, where if you wait until you think you're ready, you're never going to be ready. Because I remember I was so scared about building it. Because I was like, what if I mess it up? Am I good enough to like navigate any mishaps that happen if I do mess it up? So, you know, I did build another MG first. I built got a few more kits under my belt. And then, you know, finally I was just kind of like, you know what? I really want to build this. Like, I want to build something, and this is the only thing I can think of that I want to build. And I can't let myself be scared of messing up this kit forever, or I'm never going to build this kit. And sure enough, I messed it up like I was afraid I would, but in the end, I'm really happy I built it. And it's definitely a confidence boost in a way, because it's kind of like, I did it. I managed to do that. I felt a lot more confident going into the PGU when I built that. You know, and I feel plenty confident going into the PGU new Gundam that's going to come out in a few. Oh my god, that's in a few months. Oh my god, that's going to be in a few months. That's going to be here sooner than I realize it being here. Oh, that's just going to show up on the doorstep, and my parents are gonna be confused. Yeah, exactly, Maymay. It's kind of like, I was afraid of messing up the MGX, and I did mess it up. But the fact that, you know, in the process of messing up, if I hadn't messed up on the MGX, I wouldn't have realized I had gotten to a point where I could handle those mess ups on the MGX. Yeah, more macroplastics. Oh my god, that box is gonna be massive. It's going to arrive, and my parents are going to be like, what the fuck is this? How much did you pay for this? Oh, your first RG? Yeah, it took me, my first RG experience was so bad. It actually took me, I want to say, almost 2 years before I touched another RG. I think it was around like 2 to 3 years before I touched another RG because my first RG experience was so unpleasant. All right, what am I doing? Trimmed all these. I'll worry about the hand later. So first things first. Just need the shelf space. Yeah. That's true. It is awkward when you don't have the shelf space. So this goes here like that. Yeah, RG Unicorn Band. Ooh. RGX. Yeah, because my first RG was the Amatsumina Gold Frame. And I don't know what was up with that kit, but I did not enjoy building that kit in the slightest. I was so unhappy building that kit. How am I doing this? Okay. This goes this way. Okay. And then... Yeah, the white one looks nice. Maybe that one is more pleasant to build, but there was something about... Yeah, mine was the Amatsu Mina. But there was something about it that I did not enjoy building that kit. It was like the first time... Because usually I try to... What I was doing back then is I would always try to display the kit for a little bit. And then, like... If I wasn't happy or like I just wanted to make room for something else, then I would go ahead and toss it back in the box. That was the first time I built something and it just immediately went back in the box. Any Christmas movies that make me cry? You know what? Oh, hang on, there's something in my eye. Oh. Oh, that is unpleasant and in my eye. Oh, what is in my eye? What is in my eye? Yeah, they are the same, just color swap. That is, yeah. Oh God, is it out of my eye? Ooh. Ooh. What is in my eye? Okay, I think it's gone. We're good. What was I gonna say? C15 should be this piece. I've written according to people in other parts. It is thankfully not a crab shell. Right? That's how... Ah, okay. Then this part goes in... Oh, like that. Oh, right. Christmas or holiday movies that make me emotional. I'm trying to think. I think I put this in the wrong way. No, I didn't. Okay. I'm trying to think, are there any that make me emotional? There we go. Now that clicked in. I guess not really. Because the only Christmas movie I really see on a regular basis are A Christmas Story, because that gets put on marathon every Christmas. So it's just kind of on in the background. And then there's Jim Carrey's How the Grinch Stole Christmas. I wouldn't say I get really emotional over either of those. And then there's A Muppet Christmas Carol, which is just an excellent movie in general. Blue Frame 3. Ooh. Oh, that's right. We had this discussion. Endless Waltz technically counts as a Christmas movie. I almost forgot about that. I think that counts. All right. Okay. I was right. That wasn't really worth panel lining. Okay. Yeah. No official version of the kit, only third party. Yeah. Yeah, that's the nice thing about challenging yourself, Mamie, is that you do end up learning a lot by doing so. Then this goes here, like this. A Muppet Christmas is the best Christmas Carol. Change it. What is there to change? I agree with your opinion completely. That is a correct opinion as far as I'm concerned. This goes. A Christmas Carol always, yeah. A Christmas Carol is a good one. Technically, what I should do is at some point, I do need to get off my butt and watch Die Hard. That is a Christmas movie I need to get around to watching at some point. I know there's some people who don't think Die Hard is a Christmas movie, but my understanding is that it's a Christmas movie the same way Endless Waltz is a Christmas movie. And so I will extend it the courtesy of being considered a Christmas movie. That's how I feel about that. Is this gonna go in? There we go. Okay, not too bad, not too shabby. This goes in here. Custom Mark 78 Unicorn. Ooh, hand painting. Nightmare for Christmas. A Christmas or Halloween movie. That's a good question. I feel like technically you could argue that A Nightmare Before Christmas is both. I would argue that Nightmare Before Christmas counts as both. And then here it is. This goes, oh, I see. And that's the, oh, is this gonna be his little glove thingy? Does it slide out? How does that transform? That's supposed to be the knuckles for sure. Oh, I get it. Wait, I'm missing. Oh, I forgot to do something. Oh, wait, hang on. You gotta come back apart. Oh. I forgot to put the other part of the joint on there. Oh, my word. That's goober a mistake. It deserves a sequel. No. The thing is not everything needs a sequel. I think people get too caught up on sequels and they forget that not everything needs a sequel. Okay. Now that that's on correctly. That's why. Yeah, like if you're gonna make a sequel for something and the sequel comes like 20 years after the original, it probably didn't need a sequel then if it took 20 years to even consider making the sequel. Like I'm just saying, you know, at that point, like, not everything needs to be a sequel, and not everything needs to be turned into a series or a franchise. And it doesn't help that, you know, when something gets popular, whether it's a game or a movie or a show, people do clamor for a sequel because they want more, and it's natural to want more of something you like. That's natural and understandable, you know? But you know, it's also just kind of like sometimes it's like you can appreciate it because there isn't more. All right, do I want clenched fist? Well, for the right arm, I probably want a clenched fist. Left hand. Yeah, okay. Right will go with clenched, left will go with open. I like that plan. So that means I want 19 and 22. 19. There we go. 22 is right here. Okay, so that's that. And we'll do this. Polish these up. My favorite Halloween movie, Hocus Pocus. Hocus Pocus also did not need a sequel, in my opinion. Like, there's some movies that, like, when they suddenly have a sequel after so many years, it's like, all I can think is like, oh, I guess some folks wanted a paycheck. Or it just feels like they're trying to cash in on people's nostalgia. I don't know, there was just something about Hocus Pocus that I just really enjoyed. Because I don't really like slasher flicks. I've never been big on horror movies. Because I jump scare very easily. Always play Evil Dead 2, yeah. I don't really like horror or gory stuff. Like, if something is like super gory and like the whole point is like, oh, it's so like gruesome, I'm just kind of like, Yeah, I don't like jump scares. And this goes here like, oh, we have a right arm. Look at it. I really didn't need to panel line that elbow joint, huh? Yeah, I don't know if that was worth panel lining. Yeah, like if it's one thing where it's like the gore is like balanced out with something, like I can work with it, right? But if the whole point is like, oh, look how gross and gory it is, then it's kind of like, Yes, this is from G Gundam. This is the Maxter Gundam for Neo America. Would I rather have 10 Zakas and GMs or unlimited Nether Gundams? That's like asking, is the sky blue? Absolutely unlimited Nether Gundam. I don't know how else to answer that question. I don't know if there's more thought I can put into that question. Nether Gundam. You know, speaking of unlimited Nether Gundam, I know I saw some tweets going around a while ago where it was kind of like, how many kits did you build this year? And one guy answered 41 because he built 40 Manganak troops to go with his Sandrock. And I was like in so much awe and respect for that guy. I was like, my God, what an icon. So we need B, C1, E2, D2, and not C2. We will need A again. Okay. You have 3 RX-78-2. Yeah. Technically, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Technically, I have 5 RX-78-2. So I had the HG version from Gundam The Origin. I have the PGU, and then I had 3 entry grades that I used to practice spray painting. Technically it's not one of each grade. It is common for a lot of collectors to like want to go out and get one of each grade, especially for the RX-78-2. A wire cutter and a fruit knife, dang. Yeah, I saw that guy, he built like 40 of them, and I was like, I respect it, damn. How many model kits do I own? So there's the 4 Deno kits, Xaid, Build. So that's 6 from Kamen Rider. MGX, PGU, Rose, Maxter, Escaflowne. Trying to remember what all did I have displayed. I think that's it for the displayed kits. And then technically I have the Siren, the RG New, Fire Lord, Wing Zero Vercott, Death Seth MG, Sandrock MG, Epion MG. What are the other ones I have? I have an Exia Ecopla, MG Sinanju, technically the RG Sinanju, the Darbald from Witch from Mercury. I think I have Calibarn from Witch from Mercury, the Barbataurus that Barks got me. What else is there? Did I count the Death Scythe already? I think I did. And the Epion. I think I counted the wing kits already. And then what else was there? There's another. Oh, the high resolution burning Gundam that I didn't like, that I don't plan to finish building. What else was there? I probably have like easily. Oh, there was the HG Kishatria. What else was there? Gundam The Origin, Zaku, Gundam The Origin, Mark 78-2, the 3 entry grades, like 3 Hodopla, 20. If we're counting like built and unbuilt, probably somewhere between 20 to 30. It's kind of hard because most of my built kits, because I don't really have shelf space, are in storage right now. I've actually been talking to my parents about putting some of the stuff they have up here in storage so I can put my stuff up and just put their stuff in storage, which they sound amenable to the idea, which is nice. So I might be doing that come spring cleaning for the year. I know I have about 15 to 17, at least 10 kits in the backlog. At least. I can't remember where my old picture. Oh, Dragon's in there too, but yeah. There's all sorts that are in progress. Like technically I built the MG Astray Red frame, and then I took it apart because I've been meaning to paint it, and it's disassembled in bags, ready to paint. I just kind of keep forgetting to paint it. All right, I need to start with. That's when the X-Wing Grady's Vic Viper. Ooh. And then there was yeah, it really doesn't help that there's like so many kits that like come out, and it's like, you know, if you don't get them, you're gonna regret it. Like, I kind of regret not getting the Mandala Gundam kit, but also I know it was the right choice to not get it. You know what I mean? Oh well. Okay, this time I know there's kind of no point. It's only really worth panelizing these two blue pieces. Yeah, there's a lot of late UC that I need to get around to watching at some point. Yeah, you're gonna have to let me know how you like Rex if and when you get it, because when I was building Siren from Xenoblade 2, I just remember there was something about building that kit that I was just kind of like, I'm not enjoying this. I'm not enjoying building this kit. A kit that I saw and said, I will find you and I will build you. Probably the SNA Firelord was one of those. The MGX, I think, definitely. I think there's 3 that fall under that category for me. The MGX Unicorn Verka, MG Wing Zero Verka, and then, what was the third one? MG Death Scythe. Because I have just always wanted... Okay, the RG Sinanju I've heard is infamous. I've heard the RG Sinanju is, in a nutshell, it has a reputation. I have yet to meet anyone who has defended the RG Sinanju. Like, I technically have the RG Sinanju. I basically felt like building another kit. Basically, I kind of realized that I was at a point where the best way I can explain is, like, I basically realized that I needed to stop building it because I need to take it apart so I can detail it. Oh, Eldis, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome in. So basically, I realized I need to take it apart so I can detail it. But I've been focusing on trying to get the RG new detailed. So it's kind of like sort of back in the backlog. Would I build a Metal Gear Rex model kit? Yes. Rex is cute. I like Rex's design a lot. Rex is a cutie. Gunpla hot take, nearly... I cannot comment on the IBO kits because I have not watched IBO, and my general rule of thumb is that unless it's a kit that just looks really sick as shit, I generally don't build kits from shows I haven't seen. It's just a personal thing for me. That said, yeah, I think it's crazy that there's a third-party joint set for Sinanju. I do need to run... I have seen Turn A. So Turn A is on the table for me. There's a lot... Like, I wouldn't say third-party joints specifically, but there were a lot. I remember there was, a period where most third-party Gunpla stuff was like add-on kits for existing kits. That said, I do need to run to the bathroom real quick, so I am gonna run ads to get them out of the way while I'm doing that. I know it's a bit early to be running ads again, but yeah, need to go. I'll be right back. You guys behave yourselves. Where's my BRB button? Where are you? There we go. Hi, I'm back. Okay. I feel like this playlist is looping. This playlist is definitely looping. Let's try a different playlist. Okay, that's nice. Hi, back. Oh, what did my mom tell me? There's actually a word for that, for like dad humor in Korean. And I told her that like there's a word for that in English too. And then like she was just laughing that like in both languages, they basically have words for dad humor, like just really corny, bad wordplay humor. Ah, goodness. But yeah, okay. Where were we? We're talking about, what was it? Christmas movies? Turn A was a wild watch, because, like, I was like, when does this take place in the timeline? And, like, at the end. And I'm like, the end? The end of what? Like, the end. And basically someone had to explain Turn A to me as being, like, the Breath of the Wild of Gundam. And I was like, what? You know, I still don't know how I feel about Tears of the Kingdom. All things become Turn A. Yeah, Turn A is the carcinization of Gundam. Instead of everything become crab. God damn it, John. God damn it. Oh no. Oh man. Out of all the other Gundam from G, what team would I assemble? Do you mean like... Well, so one... Uh-oh. Hang on, I was trying to adjust the camera and I turned it weird. There we go. So one, there is the OG Shuffle Alliance designs that I think would be fun to have featured. They don't show up for long, but they're there. They exist. So having like, yeah. I just kind of view it as a Breath of the Wild kind of situation. It takes place at some point. Everything converges at some point. Time crash, I don't know. Because I think probably Spiegel, Nobel, Mandala... I'm getting stuck on the other two to fill out the 5 for an alt shuffle alliance. Mandala, Nobel, Spiegel. Kowloon, the pre Maxter Gundam suit that Master Asia had. Well, it's kind of a cop-out because technically he's retired Shuffle Alliance, so maybe not that one. Zeus Gundam. And I think... Hang on, was that a Gundam in the show? Am I remembering that right? Hold up. I need to make sure this was an actual Gundam in the show. It was. Okay. Are you ready? These are some out-of-pocket picks. Okay, yeah, let me make sure I'm looking at this right. The oh my god, please, no. Yeah, because it would be... Yes, this is a premium Bandai kit. This is the premium Bandai Maxter Gundam. Not that one. 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 Not gonna count. Maxter. This is the Neo America suit piloted by Chippity Crockett. Not that one. 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 This one. Yeah, that one. That one. Not that one. Sorry, I'm going through the list real quick just to look. Trying to remember. Why is the other members of Shuffle? I suspect bootleg them premiums. I suspect part of it has to do with they just weren't sure about the market retail power, so they did it as a limited release, which I disagree with. Let me take a look at these. Oh, that would be sick. I don't remember. Was that Gundam in the show? Had to have been. Who did it fight? Oh. Oh, it lost to Maxter. No, I haven't actually built any bootlegs before. I completely forgot Mongolia was in G Gundam. Ah. Alas. Okay, so if I had to pick 5 for, oh yeah, G Gundam is one of my favorites. Someone was actually asking me like, what 5 suits would I pick to make an alternate Shuffle Alliance? Figured out I had to double check that these were I was remembering the suit names correctly. So Noble Gundam. The Viking Gundam, Mandala Gundam, Zeus Gundam, and then Gundam Spiegel. Those would probably be the 5 I would pick for an alternate Shuffle Alliance. And then if I had to pick one that wasn't so if I had to pick one that wasn't Spiegel, no. So it's not that I don't like tequila, it's just that like, I don't know, like, because I thought the whole thing was that Tequila's pilot was kind of on fighting in the Gundam fight to begin with. Is what I feel like I remember. Didn't his pilot not really want to fight? Yeah. Because basically the whole reason why he joined the Gundam fight was for the sake of his sick sister. That was like the whole thing. And also, technically, yeah, I'm reading the summary now. They fake his death in the show, so it'd be very awkward if he suddenly came back as part of an alternate Shuffle Alliance. Let's see. But yeah. Like the main reason why I didn't pick Tequila is I am glad I remember that correctly, is that basically there's a story reason. Like he wasn't that big on actually participating in the Gundam fight, because I do remember that like his whole thing was like he was doing it for the sake of his sick sister so that she could be on Earth. That part I do remember. I'm trying to think who would be a good replacement for Spiegel. Kenya. Kenya. It's weird that I wouldn't put mermaid in there either, but he was another one that I feel like the motivations are kind of not there. Then again, you could argue the motivations weren't there for a lot of them. Grizzly could work. Grizzly could work. Yeah, Kenya's the zebra one. But I remember in the show, if I remember correctly, it was like, I think it was him in Spain that were like pretty noble characters. So I feel like if you were to approach them about like being an alternate shuffle alliance or something, they would be for it. Grizzly could also work. Grizzly could work too. Honestly, Grizzly would probably make more sense than Viking or Zeus, but I just think they would look really... I'll be honest, Viking and Zeus, really more than anything, are more vanity picks. I just think they would look really baller in a lineup, if I'm being honest. Are they the most thought through picks? Not really, but I always thought Viking and Zeus looked really, really cool, and that they were gone too soon. I should look into that, because aren't there some like new suit variants that they put into that manga? I really do need to look into that. Okay, and then I need to grab my panel lining. She's giving me like a 250 blood. Wait, who's the she in this case? Oh, there's an HG Doan Wolf on P Bandai. Ooh. Oh, I need to double check what's going on with those. Oh, me? I'm giving you Zaku 2 pilot vibes? I would pilot a Zaku. You could imagine me in a mono eye suit. Dude. If you were on Build Divers Universe, what Gunpla would you use? Probably some variant of Rose. To be honest, something with funnels, basically. I really love funnel drone weapons, so it would probably be something that uses those. So probably like, I wouldn't be surprised if like, if I was on Build Divers, I would absolutely like learn how to customize just to make a custom. Not quite Quebly. Like I would want to make some variant of Rose probably. And tweak from there. Like maybe a customized version of Rose Gundam that reads more like Korean style or something like that. Something like that. Like instead of a rapier, give it a spear. Yeah. Because I really like how Rose looks having the shoulder cloak that houses all of the Rose bits. Like I just feel like, I don't know, there's something about Rose visually that I really like. Like it's got a really fun asymmetry to it. Where was I on this part? That's panel line, that's chugging along. I need to grab, I think we're done with this runner. Where did I put the B runner? It should be over here. Yeah, something like a Naginata or a Guangdao. Some kind of pole arm, because I really like pole arms. If not a variant of Rose, probably some variant of Rising then, just for the base weapon loadout, for having the Rising Arrow. Yeah, because like I actually do have some basic archery skills. So to me, like that weaponry would be more like I have some experience with those weapons. So it's kind of like, I know how to aim a bow. Am I good at aiming a bow? No, but I know how to aim one. Crane Gundam. right. This one I need 3, 6, 4, and 7. I'm using the wrong nippers to cut this out. This is interesting to hear, like, what suit vibes I'm giving off. That's a question. That's an interesting question. Like, if you guys had to pick a suit that fits my vibe, it's one thing for me to pick the suit I think fits my vibe. It's another for you guys to offer what you think you could see me piloting. That is such a fascinating thought experiment. Like, yeah, like it's like now that like Asians like mentioned it, it's like, oh, that is interesting. Like, what would people say my suit vibe is? I'm trying to think. John gives me like a tall geese vibe, if I'm being honest. I don't know how to explain it. But it's tall geese for me. Okay, there we go. Is that it for the B pieces? No, I need... Oh, this one doesn't have... I have not played MS Saga before. I'm not familiar with it. Grizzly Gundam variant. Yeah. So 36 and 37. Ah, here it is, 36. Oh, the Jazz one is the full armor? I think that one's full armor. The one from Thunderbolt? Either full armor... Gundam has a side profile, not the main Gundam. Okay, so that's it for the B runner then. It's time for cleanup. It took me a moment to think about what you meant by Jazz, but then you mentioned Jazz playing, and I was like, oh, he must mean from Thunderbolt. Oh, that was your main mech and armor. Ah. I do, okay, speaking of Armored Core, I do think that was a very, it was very cool of the devs who made the Armored Core kits to make sure that you could kit bash, that all the kits were essentially kit bash compatible so that you could basically customize the Armored Core mechs like you did in game. Like, that was a very cool approach they took to the Armored Core kits, I think. Like, they are all kit bash compatible with each other. So you can just mix and match to your heart's content. Or at least that's what I remember hearing. I haven't actually built any of them, so I could be wrong. 30-minute mission kits be compatible in Gunpla battles. I don't... It would depend on how they coded, I think. I think how they code the program that would scan or input the kits. Hello, Ultra Christy, welcome in. I think that would be the main factor in whether or not 30-minute mission kits would work. Because technically, I think they kind of have their own power scaling for those kits too. So you would have to not only incorporate all the internal Gundam universe power scaling, but you would also have to like balance that out with the 30-minute mission. I could definitely see like 30-minute mission being like its own like sub-variant of Gunpla battle. And I think that might be a better approach to incorporating like 30-minute mission kits as a Gunpla battle. Like, I could see them being like a subgenre or like another genre of Gunpla battle. Kind of like, I don't know if you guys remember this. There was this old Clamp series called Angelic Beat, where basically people assembled dolls and everything, and then they battled them. And it's basically Clamp does Gunpla battles, but with dolls. Hello, Kamina. Welcome in. And I remember that was another one where I was just like, oh, I really like this concept. And then it kind of didn't get that popular, and I was a smidge sad about that. Because was it Angelic Beat or Angelic Lair? I think it was Angelic Lair. But like you had these dolls that they could like customize and tweak the combat abilities, and then they fought with the dolls in an arena or something like that. Oh, I need the red piece for this thing. The cuff from 13. And then from there, we also need C. That's right, we need C17 and C18. Yummy sprues ripe for consumption. Correct. You guys don't know, but once the camera turns off, I snort all the nubs like a line of crack cocaine. Do not actually do that. Disclaimer, for legal reasons, do not actually do that. I do not actually do that. This is a humorous statement intended for comedic purposes. Do not actually try to snort plastic particles. That is a serious health hazard. Please don't do that. A. I need A. Do not actually snort particles. I realized as I started saying that, I was like, wait a minute. Cement smells so bad. Why would you willingly smell the cement? Yeah, that's a good point, Christy. You're probably already inhaling enough microplastics just because of all the sanding and filing. Don't put more microplastics than you need to in your body. You gotta keep it nice and healthy, man. We'll need to file that bit down. All right, here we go. Then this out, move this to the side. That's all setting. Tweak that, the true hobby experience. So true. We'll grab this. There we go. We're gonna trim all of these nubs off. There we go. And check to see what needs to be cleaned up. I'll be honest, I used to be a lot more thorough about filing down like nubs and stress marks, but if I know a piece is gonna be like an internal skeleton piece that's not going to be visible from the outside, I will be lazier about it. Like, I will not stress as much if there is a stress bar on an internal skeletal piece. Masaga New Down is an RPG. Oh, interesting. I think there was quite a few Japan-only releases for Gundam games. I do remember a couple randomly making their way over here. Like, I think there was a Gundam Versus type game on, I want to say PS1 based on the graphics. Yeah, on an extra, like if it's outward facing, I do try to remove the blemishes, but like, I don't know, at some point I just kind of like realized like if it's an internal piece and no one's gonna see, like I'll still do a little bit of cleanup on it, but I'm not gonna get like too caught up on cleaning it. Yeah. All right, let's see now. My next suit, which is definitely not a bootleg Maxter Gundam. Oh, is that the Osiris one that just came out? I know there's I think it was a third-party Kishatria kit that came out that a lot of people were pretty excited for. Which is crazy because the last time I remember a Kishatria kit coming out, it was a resin kit. I think I talked about that last week. Yeah, the Osiris, that's what I thought. Very cool. Oh, you know, it was a really goofy build that was also kind of fun. They had LED base in the baseline kit. Very nice. That should be fine. Shouldn't be an issue to send. I probably won't be able to take a look at it until after stream though. So do keep in mind, since my hands are a little busy at the moment, that I won't be able to look at it right away. Oh, shh, that's lighter fluid on my mat. Oh, the smell. All right, let's dab that up. Much appreciated. Yeah, just a slight whoopsie there. The only negatives I've ever heard is that it gets a little heavy. That, honestly, that kind of was my concern when I saw it. I was like, this looks kind of huge. I did wonder, like, if they, like, shopped out any of, like, extra supports and stuff from the kit. Am I streaming this from another website? So I am multi-streaming right now on both Twitch and YouTube. Wacky. So you are correct. I am technically streaming to two sites right now. So I am responding to two chats at the moment. As I spill water all over myself, even with the LEDs and hatches. Yeah, that's true. There's some kits that, like, when you get them right in a basic pose, they hit the basic pose and you're just like, yep, you can stay that way. Yeah, worst case, I feel like you would either need to reinforce the joints or have extra stands to, like, help hold up the pieces. I'm too streaming you. Listen, it's good for discoverability. It helps people find out I'm here. But yes, I am too streaming you. That feels so wrong to say now that you say that. Like, now that you said it like that, it's like, oh, ab crunch. Yeah, I can see why you'd be concerned about that. But yes, I am multi-streaming. Customize your mobile suit, but only its colors. Yeah, the moment, like, you word it as two streaming instead of multi-streaming, it's like, oh. Like, no, it's okay. This is a polystreamerous chat. I can't, I'm sorry, I can't take that. That's what I just said seriously. Polystreamerous? What kind of word is that even? Tom legs on your goof. Ooh. Cheating on us with another chat. No, I'm not cheating. Digging the hole. I am at this point. But it's what everyone says to do nowadays. That's what everyone's doing. Everyone's multi-streaming. It's not just me, guys. Okay, and now we take, not this one. This one, Goggle Gundam. Oh. Yeah, the extra frame makes sense as something to help. Cause the MGX, all the shield funnels, they basically come with their own individual stands. Zany, hello! Welcome to Twitch. We're not mad. Oh my god, you hit me with the we're not mad, just disappointed. Oh my goodness. Usually I make it a point to try to not get like streamer bullying out of hand, but like this one time it's like, actually, I do kind of deserve that a little bit. I'm gonna let this one go. They kind of have a point. Oh, right, there. Thank you for the follow. All right, let me see how am I doing this way. Okay, yes, this goes here. Hello. And then here we go. Okay. Oh, goodness. I'm going to be chuckling about that. You came from the YouTube community to say hi. Yay! Glad to have ya. Hello. And then this goes this way. Yeah, technically, the Twitch is more developed, and it was my original platform. Dude, yeah, if Bandai won't give us what we want, Infinite Dimension and SNAA, well, that's a very true statement. Disinfecting the YouTube refugee. Honestly, the thing is, though, the sad thing is, though, oh, did I? Oh, here we go. This goes this way. The sad thing about... We do have fun here. Yeah, I'm glad. That's kind of why I like to do Gunpla streams on Fridays. It just feels like a nice way to shift into the weekend, to be honest. At least for me, it does. This goes this way. That's right, because the hole on top is for the shoulder pads. Ultra Christy, thank you for the follow. How am I? I'm enjoying Maxter quite a bit, actually. There's a lot of like really nice, sensible engineering choices that they've made so far with the kit. But it's also like nothing too crazy or too complicated. It's nice, it's straightforward, you know. It's not doing anything too goofy. And sometimes it's just nice to have a nice, straightforward HG build. You know what I mean? Let's get some of this dog hair off of Maxter's chest. Oh wait, I have the brush that S got for me off the throne. Where is it? I know it's in here. A little toolbox. There it is. I finally get to use it on stream! Yay! Yeah, if anyone's wondering what I'm brushing off, it is dog hair. There is a dog. We call her Scrimblow, not her legal government name. She's a cute, tiny, precious little terrier. Definitely stream MS Saga to Nowhere. I'll look into it because I am playing through Super Robot Wars Y at the moment. And I'm just kind of taking my time with that because, you know, it's a Super Robot Wars game. It can be his chest hair and boxer. The problem with that, Cloud Forest, is that the dog hair is not on his chest at the moment. If it was on his chest, we would leave it there. But currently, it's not. Scrimble is a great code. I know. And the best part is that when people do see her picture, and I'm like, oh, here's Scrimblow, and they're like, oh, that is just a Scrimblow. Like, the response to her is always like, oh, yeah, that's a Scrimblow. I know, the thing about why is that I do take it in chunks, because the levels can take a while. SD Gundam G Generation overworld is the best. Interesting. Yeah, so stream suggestions, if you want to join the Discord, we do have a stream suggestions channel where people are more than welcome to put in some games they'd like to see me play. Depending on the game, what's in the game content, I make no promises on whether or not I will actually, play that game, because some games I either can't play them because they'll make me sick. You need to take the space out to get the Discord. It doesn't work with the space, Rally. There you go. But you can get notifications, schedule updates, announcements there as well. Unfortunately, I am dealing with some health issues that have been affecting... emulators are not an issue for me, personally. I'm not in a position where emulators are not allowed at the moment, so that's not an issue. I say at the moment like I'm going anywhere. Hello, communal astu. Okay, yeah, that's not an issue. But so to go back to the stream suggestion disclaimer, there are some like themes and content types that I personally am not comfortable with. So if a game has that, I will probably pass over it. Just do keep in mind, I do work full time. And I try to keep at least one stream day a week dedicated to some form of like Gunpla or hobby hand cam content. So yeah, no. All right. So that takes care of the arms. I did want to get the core lander done as well tonight. I think core lander will be a nice finishing point, and then legs and accessories next week, and we'll have Maxter done in time for Christmas. He'll be done in time for Christmas. Oh, yeah. I'm cautiously optimistic. It's really more health than mood, if anything, to be honest. I'm cautiously optimistic that some of my health issues will be clearing up sometime early next year. So that's where I am with that. It'd be nice if I could stream more often, but yeah, we'll see. If the health issues stabilize, I might be able to consider a third day. I would like to consider a third day. If at the very least do more like co-working, co-hobby type streams, because I really enjoy doing those. Oops, actually popped his arm off. Maxter taking over for Santa. Riding around delivering presents with his machine gun punch and surfboard. Oh my god. Hang on, I'm trying to pose him real quick. Those gifts would launch at Mach 1, yeah. Yeah! And then just like turn his head a bit. This way, point it down a bit. And then like, you can kind of pose him like that. He's reaching for the camera. He's reaching for you. Ooh. You still got dog hair on you, buddy. So the most I'm willing to talk about it is that it's a gastrointestinal thing. That's the most I prefer to say about it. I'd rather not discuss it further. I haven't figured out how to flip the knuckle duster yet. The arm keeps popping off. I feel like I'm gonna snap it off if I try to flip the knuckle duster. Like, it doesn't feel like it's moving right. Yeah. Is there a thing in here on how to do it? Boxer mode. Oh, okay, you have to slide it down. Okay, I see how the knuckle duster works now. So you kind of slide it out from how it is. How do I mass unfold? What? I have no idea how to answer that question. It's a weird one to ask, especially to a streamer you just followed. So it looks like I'm supposed to be able to... Where did that instruction just go? Here it is. So it looks like... Because it looks like you pull it out and down. And then it should flip. It's... Oh, okay. Okay, I think that accidentally pulled out. Yeah, it looks like I accidentally pulled it out, though. So I think I need to double check this. Yeah, that fell out of position. Okay. I might have put it in there too tightly. I see what it's supposed to do, though. Yeah, so it comes in like here, and then it should slide out. Okay, I see. I see what's going on. This goes in here. This. Which means I may not have put it in correctly initially. Do this. Then back on. There you go. Okay, there we go. There we go. Then... Oh! That is very neat. That is actually very cool. Put this back on. Yeah, I see it now. Nice. Daichi-kun, hello. Welcome in. Good morning. Yeah, there we go. Now it's down and out. Okay. Oh, that's a really cool way to do it, actually. Yeah, I really like how they did this. I might switch out the hand so I can have both knuckle dusters on. Yeah. Because, I'm trying to think about how I'm going to pose it. And that was one idea I had. Was I kind of like a wah kind of pose. Let me put... Then you go back in and then up. Oh, there it goes. Yeah, okay. That's neat. I really like that. Yeah, that was always a nice thing about Maxter's design, is that they really, on paper, a kit designed to look like a football playing, boxing, surfing, 6-gun shooting Gundam does not sound like it should work on paper. But they somehow made it work, and I really respect them for that. I cannot help but respect them for somehow making the most American Gundam They somehow made it work, and I respect it. All right, so next we are going to need the sticker sheet. Oh boy, the sticker sheet. And then D2, C1, and C2. All right, let me grab these runners real quick. D2, C1, and C2. There we go. We got both C runners as well as D. All right. Same people that design. I mean, yeah, honestly, a lot of solid designs from G. Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking at this core, the Corlander cockpit sticker with its little perforation so you can fold it. Oh boy, everyone's favorite. Random sticker shenanigans. Pose him like Muhammad Ali. I kind of want to pose him on the surfboard, to be honest. I kind of want to pose him surfing. I might pose this one surfing. I can't remember if the other Maxter kit I have comes with the surfboard. I'm pretty sure it doesn't though. So I might do, because I have one of the older HGs for Maxter that I found and I had to buy it right away. So that one I might pose in boxing mode. And then this one I might pose in default surfing mode. Yeah. I have to double check if that one comes with the surfboard, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't. All right, I need 15 and 17. Let's do this. Oh my goodness, it's already after 10. 17. Yeah, I did see that in the instructions too, that it has the foot clamps, which is nice. Do I need 16? I do need 16. We'll just grab 16 now. I do think that is one of the reasons why the Shuffle Alliance kits are ending up as P Bandai releases, is that partially they are coming technically with a lot of extras that they know people would want for stuff like posing and whatnot. And, you know, in that sense, all right, that is a little fair that they're doing that, but also, let's hang on to that so it doesn't go flying. So we got 15, then we got 14. We do not want pieces to go flying at this hour. It is way too late to have to go hunting for pieces. Quite frankly. All right, and then 15 and 14 again. Do these not have stickers for them? Oop, that almost went flying. Even though I just said it's too late for me to go looking for pieces. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like, these kits are, and the fact that they've all come with action bases, like customized action bases or color coordinated action bases, however you want to term it, in addition to all the like extra parts. Like, I do understand why technically what? People wanted the surfboard for Maxter, but why? Really? That's funny that you happen to be searching for Maxter specifically. Well, I'm glad you found it. It's nice to have you here. Let me make sure let's do this cleanup. Glad you could find your way in. I'm aiming to finish up this stream, or this kit, next week. In time for an all-American Christmas. Crimbus, Merry Chrysler. Oh, goodness. Next week is gonna be wild. Wait, oh my god, I just had a really goofy idea. Since we're doing the Warhammer video next week. Oh my god. If I'm gonna do the Warhammer video, that means I can, like, take goofy notes, not entirely unlike my Metal Gear conspiracy board. about the different factions. And then we can do goofy stuff like pick which faction various mobile suits and mechas would be in. Like, Chibbity Crockett would probably end up in the Space Marines. Or something like that. That would be so goofy. Like saying, if this Gundam were to belong to a Warhammer faction, which one would it belong to? Heavy arms would probably belong to the Orcs. Not even, like, based on aesthetics, just purely based on, like, capabilities. Well, it's like a mix of, like, capabilities and aesthetics, right? Like, my understanding of the Orcs is they like when the bullet goes shooty. They like the DACA. I think the Orcs would be very big fans of heavy arms. What is... Do I... Sanguinala? That sounds like there's a lot of blood involved. I'm gonna assume Sanguinala features lots of blood. Space Wolves get Viking Gundam. Oh, are they Vikings? Or vice versa. It's like, which Gundam series would this faction thrive in? There's options. Warhammer 40k Christmas. Okay. Why is there blood involved? Assassinorum? Oh my god, I have a lot of words I'm going to be learning next week. Oh boy. This is going to be interesting. Space Wolves are the furry Vikings? Wait. So they have Vikings, but the Vikings are also furries? Like, do they live in fursuits like the Space Marines live in their football uniforms? I have a very limited understanding of Warhammer right now. You'll find out when I learn about the Space Marine Legions and their Primarchs. Yeah, my understanding of the Primarchs is that, like, your dad is essentially one of the Primarchs. So you have a lot of brothers. All right, I need to figure out these stickers. Where are these stickers going? What goes where? Okay. Oh, I don't like that nub. Come here, I'm sanding you off. I thought the lore vid was the fact. Wait, is the lore vid not the factions? I thought the lore vid was the factions. What? What do you mean the lore vid isn't factions? Oh no. Oh no. I did not grab my spudger. Spudger, come here, please. Where did you go, little spudger? There you are. So with magic space toads, cancer patients, and then the little skirmish, that's the war... Wait, I thought we were talking about Warhammer? Why are you talking about... Wait. That doesn't sound... Wait, but that's... Isn't that a plot point in Homestuck? Because there's a magic toad and cancer and a... Are we talking about Homestuck or Warhammer? Oh no. Oh no. That is the backdrop to Warhammer. Wait, Homestuck is the backdrop to Warhammer? There's no way that's real. That can't be real. There's no way. Homestuck came after Warhammer. There's no way. Oh, I grabbed the wrong spudger. Hang on. I'm trying to process this. I'm trying to process this right now. Okay, you know what? It's not... Oh, it's like off to the side. Oh no, oh no, oh no, the sticker's not applied straight at all. No! Is it like stuck on there? Oh no. Oh, hang on, I gotta try to pry this sticker off. There you go. Under and around, you're like just too far off to the side that I'm gonna be really annoyed about that. We need to reposition you, buddy. Come here, you. Come on, Pain Pecco. You just need to be like a smidge over. That way. Oh, that's at an angle. Be more like that. Okay. Okay. Feeling better so far about this. Okay, okay, okay. Oh, that looks so bad because I had to peel it off and reapply it. It is aligned a bit better though. Well, it's been through a couple accidents. But it is on a bit. This I call, so technically it is a cuticle pusher. I call it a spudger. I forget where I heard the term spudger, but it's stuck in my head because it's a very silly word to say. So I call it a spudger. But technically, if you were to look for one of these on Amazon, cuticle pusher would get you the correct result. Okay. Now then, this needs to face this way. Then you go in here. And you shift, move it back towards the back. And then this piece comes, oh, we're building it like backwards or upside down-ish. Oh, this is backwards. Like this spudger. Yeah. I can't remember whose video I was watching, but I basically saw them using it to apply stickers, and I bought one immediately. Okay, next is, whoa, what am I doing with this sticker? What am I doing with this sticker? Huh? Wait. 8 goes, what? Hold up. No, hang on, these go on first. Okay, these go on first. Here. So that goes there. Select the faction of Imperium. You join them on stairs because they're fighting 4 flavors. And that's not what. There's so much in that statement that you just said that I'm not sure I understood. I don't see a sticker for this bit, so I'm gonna be ballsy and pan align it, because I think it's gonna look nice with a little black wash in it. Actually, we'll start with gray first. So where's my dark gray? Here's dark gray. Here, dark gray. Oh, okay, have fun at class, Cloud Force. Thank you for coming by. I'll see you next time. Have fun at class, take notes, don't fail. Don't flunk out of school. Yeah, we can definitely get away with using black on this part. Actually, no, maybe. Yeah, let me see how that looks on the camera. Yeah, I'm gonna put some black in there. I just think that'll add a nice contrast to it. Yeah, you should definitely pay attention to that. Oh, yeah, I like that way better with the black panel lining. There we go. Yeah, we'll let that settle in. Oh, I like how that looks with the pop. Pop, pop. All right, so this then goes here? This looks like it goes, yeah, like this. Okay, so that's snapped in. I'm confused about where these stickers go. Oh, Oh, I might have to let this dry. Okay. There we go. Let's see. Can I pop these back out? Oh, whoops. Oh, shnikes. Okay, that didn't go as planned. That didn't go as planned. All right, okay. I know what I'm gonna do. All right. First things first. Okay, I know what I'm gonna do instead. All right, slight change of plan. I'm gonna clean that out real quick. I can't pull those back out. Okay, sure, whatever. These go this way. Let's see. And then these appear to go on here. Like, hang on. Oh, no, not there. Like that? Wait, do they have a color picture of the Corlander anywhere in this? Not really, no. Okay, hang on. I'm gonna look up a color picture of the Corlander real quick. Because now I'm wondering. Maxter Gundam Corlander. Where are these red stripes supposed to go? I'm trying to figure out where this red goes. No, where's your gallery? It's not showing me what I need to see. No, that's the old school. Anti-spirits, no. Do you have a picture of the Corlander? Not really, no. Okay, wait, maybe? Okay, so I think that is mildly correct. Yeah. Okay, you can't pull these out. Okay. Good. That means I can splash this on correctly. All right, yep, that's not right. Okay, so that needs to be more flush with the edge. Okay. There we go. Try to get this to be flush with the edges. There we go. Sorry, I went a little quiet there, but stickers always kind of... Ah, I see now. Yes. Stickers always kind of take a bit of focus. But yes, okay, this was worth figuring out how to get these off, because now I see how these are supposed to line up. There we go. All right, there we go. Ha. Okay, I see how that works now. Okay, okay. We just gotta do this again on this side. Just get it nice and flush. Let's see if I got this lined up. Yes, okay, good. I'm happy with that. That looks like a pretty clean lineup with the edge. There we go. Yes, okay, I'm very happy with that alignment. Very nice. There we go. Okay, now then, now this goes here like that. And according to this, 6, oh my god, what are some of these goofy ass sticker placements? Oh goodness. Okay. So these go, 6 and 7 go here and here. Okay. I think I see it. I think I get it. Ugh. I always forget that they always stick the stickers on the core lander. Okay. Let's see if I got this line decently. Oh, I hate this. Oh, I'm feeling it. I can feel it coming on. I can feel it, the spirit of this is no entering my body. I can feel the spirit of this is no descending upon me. I do not have it in me to fuss with the placement of this sticker. I told myself I wouldn't, but I'm going to, because it's really bugging me. It's not sitting right. I don't even know if I can get this sticker off because of how this sticker is placed. Alright, we got an edge. Grab it that. Ay. You just need to be over a bit more like that, I think. Okay, if this works for lining it, the sticker may be salvaged. Okay, that's a little better. This is a little better. Okay. Okay, this placement, I can work with this placement. Yeah, I can work with that for the most part. Ugh. Bandai, don't put stickers over curved surfaces. It just doesn't work. Why would you do that, Bandai? I'm already so annoyed because this, you know, this sticker, it's on a curved surface, right? You know it's just gonna peel and start sticking up eventually, especially when because it's one of those annoying stickers where you kind of futz with the placements, you're weakening the adhesive. Like, these I didn't mind. There was a guideline once I looked. This, you know, it's doable, but like, curved surface like this in a small area where it's hard to get good leverage to really secure it. Come on. Come on, Bandai. Come on. Come on, it's the year 2025. I'm not gonna hit you with the full this is no. It's not hitting me with that same level of annoyance just yet, but it's pretty damn close, Bandai. Come on, Bandai. Don't do this to me. Don't do this to me in 2025, Bandai. We're in the last couple weeks of the year. It's been a crazy year for everyone, yourselves included. You don't need to keep doing this with your kids, Bandai. Yeah, especially on a part that's not going to be visible most of the time. That's so true. As I think that's what makes it even more annoying is like you put in all this trouble to try and get the sticker placed, and like in the end, it's not really going to be seen unless you're like going out of your way to pose it outside. Like, it's not placed badly, but I'm also not happy. It's not placed badly, but I'm not happy. That's all I can say about that. And then it just goes in there, where no one's even going to see it. And now that that's in there, we're gonna have to store Maxter on his face tonight, or overnight. Because basically, I want to put some panel lining in here and then just kind of let it... Oh, wait. No, technically, I can just store him face up and then just... Uh-oh. I hope I can get that back out. Wait, no. I can't, right? I'm not going to finish the whole kit tonight. I am going to wrap up one now that the Coral Lander's done. But next stream next week is going to be finishing up the legs. And I see what you mean about it being stiff. We'll be finishing the legs and some accessories. Come on. Why are you being like this? Please do not be like this. Why are you being... Why are you being there? Come on, flip up. Flip up, I know you can. You just did it, hang on. Why are you... What the heck? Why are you not rotating like you're supposed to? What the? There it goes. Oh, that is stiff. I thought I broke something for a half a second. Yeah, now it's loose. Did I break something? Oh, don't tell me I did. Oh, there we go. That's so annoying. Oh, that's not right. That can't be right. Why is it doing that? Hold up. If I go to, like, flip it up all the way, it like pops open on the side. That can't be right. Where did that go? Where did that... Oh, thank God. Okay. Okay, we found it. We found it. Hang on, it's being really goofy. Come on, man. Hang on, I have to disassemble the Coriander now. I think something isn't lining up correctly in there. Because it's basically popping open. Yeah, so that goes like that. It's just not flip all that way? What the? That can't be. Konnichiwa. Hello, Wolfpack. Welcome in. There it goes. Okay. こんにちは。あなたが何でいるのですか？あなたが何でいるのですか？これは機動戦士 G ガンダムのマクスターガンダムです。それはプレミアムバンダイキットですよ。ごめんね。私は日本語はちょっと、what's the word? What's the word? I can't remember. わかりません。I can't remember. ちょっとNot so good. I cannot speak it very well. I speak it very poorly. I speak like anime weeb Japanese. Do not give me credit where I do not deserve credit. Please do not give me credit for that. It's very basic. It's very simple. I'm making a guess that they're asking what I'm up to. I have no idea if I'm even correct. Do not give me credit for that. Okay, so these go this way. There we go. Okay, so I didn't slide that down enough. And then this would go... I can't. It's because I watched too much anime. There we go. Okay. Awesome. So we're going to take this out. Let's see, and then let's see. This fucking sounds like someone from... Yeah, I have no idea if I just sound like someone trying to talk like an anime character, if I'm actually using like a proper speaking accent. And I'm praying to God I lean towards the latter. So what I want to do though is I want to let this, I'm going to flood these two areas. And then I want to kind of let them dry and then just kind of fill them in to give them like that nice pop of black contrast. And then I'll clean them up and let them dry like that. So I'll like touch these up periodically throughout the week just to really try and like get a nice solid black line in there. My Ojo laugh probably doesn't help. No, the Ojo laugh would definitely be more of a Okay, and then, okay, now I understand how to do the Corlander. That is a pretty stiff joint, but that's probably for the better that it's stiff like that. So we will go ahead and wrap it up here for the night because I do unfortunately have stuff I know I would only speak in formal or just get it wrong. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure Japanese is similar to Korean where there's a lot of baked in formality levels. So when you're learning it in like a school setting, they kind of teach you like a slightly polite neutral level that you can kind of use for everyone. Yeah, thank you everyone for coming by. We did run a bit late tonight. Unfortunately, I do have some errands that I need to do tomorrow morning, so I will need to wake up early. Let me see who all is around tonight. Sally. Oh, that's right. It's Friday. Sally's streaming. We can just go to Sally's stream. So let me get the raid message in. So please look forward to next week, a question mark, since we'll be doing, oops, I forgot that goes into the Twitch. Since we'll be doing Warhammer lore shenanigans. And I look forward to seeing you guys then. Thank you very much for being understanding with the time shifts this week. Hopefully we will be good to go with finishing Maxter next Friday. And I'm very excited about that. So I'll see you guys then.